Oh, all right. We are doing a cardio full body style workout. So you need a light pair of dumbbells. I'm going to be using 5s. 3s would work, 8s would work, probably up until 10. I wouldn't go much heavier than 10s. We are going to do weighted section first, and then we're going to repeat the entire workout in body weight versions. So once you finish the weighted section, you know exactly what's coming for the body weight section. We're going to be doing like 30 seconds on. Is that what we're doing? Yes. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest for round 1. That's it. Then 25 seconds on, 10 seconds rest for round 2. Then 20 seconds on, 5 seconds rest for round 3. And finally 15 seconds on, 0 seconds rest for round 4. So 4 rounds, the work is getting shorter, but the rest is getting shorter too. And then we'll repeat it all in body weight style. But first, you are getting warm. You don't really need anything. We're pretty much standing the entire workout, except for those couple moves in the warm up where we come down on all 4s. So if you want a mat for that, get it. And let's start with some ski steps. We're going to kind of switch things up in our warm up today, just so we can make sure we get everything ready for this cardio intense workout. I'm doing little steps side to side. Arms go up as I step, as I bend my knees and come down. The arms push down as well. 3, 2, 1. Let's do some arm circles, big circles back, loosen up the shoulders. I'm at the stage of pregnancy where like every shirt is a belly shirt. So we're just kind of rocking with it. Couple more here. Oh, Sully, big shake. Open and hug. Alternate which arm hugs on top. Stretch out your chest and your back. See if you can squeeze in a few more. And then let's go into some side bends and twists. So give me a side bend each way. And then a twist each way, rotating the upper body. And just keep going through that combo. Nice oblique stretch, nice back stretch, waking up that upper body. 5 more seconds. Then we'll do some overhead backwards lunges in 3, 2, 1. So I want you to hold your arms up overhead the whole time. Backwards lunge, and then take the arms down and drive the knee up, then switch side. So big step back, and really like we want the lunge more as a big stretch throughout that whole body. So don't worry about speeding through them. We're not looking for a leg burn here. We're just looking for that range of motion and that stretch. 5 more seconds, then side lunges in 3, 2, 1. Nice and wide, bend one knee at a time. Stick that butt back, coming down, seeing if you can tap the opposite foot. I'm popping up on the heel, toe up to the sky to get a bigger stretch. Of course, you don't need to do that. You just want to stay level. Go for it. 5 more seconds. Then we'll do some hip openers in 3, 2, 1. Stay tall, open up that hip, bring that leg back, switch sides. So my body is staying facing forward. My leg is lifting up over like an invisible chair or stool, and then it's coming back. 8 more seconds. Then we're going to find a bottom squat in 3, 2, 1. So find a nice comfy squat position. Get to the bottom of that squat. Now all you're going to do is straighten the legs. See if you can touch the floor, going into a hamstring stretch. Back into the bottom squat. So if you can hang out here like with your elbows against your knees, and then you just rock to that hamstring stretch and back to that squat. If you're up a little bit higher, totally fine. From this one, let's stand it up. Regular squats, down and up. Nothing fancy, just our squat. And again, like we did in the lunges, we're not looking for that leg burn. We're looking for that full range of motion, waking up the hips. From here, let's go into butt kicks. If you can jog, you're going to jog. Low impact, you can stick with me. We're going to step it, but we're going to bring those heels up nice and high towards the butt so we get that nice quad stretch. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get a deeper quad stretch by grabbing that foot, bringing it up to your butt, holding for 2 or 3 seconds, and then switch. This is a really good test of your balance, kind of waking up those inner core muscles. But if you needed a wall or a chair, use it. I'd rather you get the stretch than for you to be falling all over the place. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do some inchworms. So we're just going to touch the toes, walk all the way forward to your plank, and then we're going to walk all the way back in to the toes, stand it up, do it again. Hamstring stretch, waking up the shoulders, the back, the abs as we walk out into that plank. From this one, stay all the way out into your plank and just push back to downward dog. From downward dog, let's put one heel down and lift one heel up. So we're like this, and then we're just going to switch it. And we're going to switch it. And switch it. One more time each side. One heel down and the other heel down. And then both heels down, step forward into your deep lunge, give me a twisting reach towards that front leg, front knee bent, back leg straight, then back to your plank and over to the other side for the same thing. So don't rush it, get into that position. Make sure you take a huge step forward so the heel's on the floor, the shin is straight up and down. We're trying to push the hips towards the floor in big rotation. From this one, let's go into cat to cow. So come down to your hands and knees and just arch the back. Look up at the ceiling. I love a good cat to cow. I never ever take this out of the warm up, so it just feels so good. And it's a nice chance to stretch out that low back, which often gets tight, especially if you work like a sitting job at a desk all day. Or I guess even if you're standing on your feet all day, that low back can get sore too. One more time in each. From this one, let's push all the way back into child's pose. Stay there and just take a deep breath. And then push all the way back into a crouch. Give me 3 pulses, straighten the legs, stay as close to the floor as you can. Let's see if we can do that one more time. 3 pulses, straighten the legs, stay there. And then gentle bend in the knees and very slowly roll your way up. Shake it out. We should be nice and warm, ready for our workout. So if you have not done so, grab your light pair of dumbbells. Make sure you also have some water handy. I did not grab a sweat towel, but I do have my baby's a pair of his booties over there. So I'm not ashamed. I may have to use the booties or use a teddy bear to wipe the sweat because there is going to be sweat. 30 seconds of skiers. So very similar to the ski steps we did in the warm up, but we are not stepping. We're going to find a narrow stance so that our arms can easily clear the legs. You don't want to be out here because you might flop yourself with your dumbbells, okay? Or you're going to be having to go really wide and then that's could be prone to injury. So narrow stance, arms are up, legs are straight. We're holding the dumbbells, palms facing in. As we bend the knees, we push the arms down like we're trying to ski and we're really trying to get somewhere, but we're taking the arms all the way up. I know in skiing, we wouldn't take the poles all the way up overhead. I know that much about skiing, but for the sake of the exercise in the shoulders, that's what we're gonna do. So up and down, big push. The emphasis is on the downward motion, okay? Lots of power there. Be ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Push. Now, if you did want to modify, you could go shoulder height. So if you have some shoulder issues or you just don't have light enough weights where this is comfy, absolutely go shoulder or eye level. You are going to get a little extra cardio because you're going to be moving faster. We have to get up a little higher. 10 more seconds. Let that breath out as those arms come down. As you're bending the knees, make sure they don't touch. We want to keep some space. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds. Burpee ground to overhead. So we're going to hold on to those weights. We're going to jump if you can, or step if you're doing low impact, back into your plank, jump or step in, pick the weights all the way up overhead instead of jumping up. 3, 2, 1, jump or step, back, in, pick them up. Back, in, pick them up. Keep going, I'll show from the side, back, in, pick them up. Low impact, you're with me. We are stepping back, stepping in, standing up. If you want to modify further, elevate that upper body, step it back, step it in, stand it up. Almost there. 5 seconds, let's go. Jump if you're stepping, push that pace. 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds, twisting thrusters, dumbbells over the shoulders. We're gonna squat, push off the opposite leg as you press. So I'm twisting my body to face the side or the corner of the room. Alternating sides. 3, 2, 1. Squat, twisting press. Squat, twisting press. So I keep one foot still, it doesn't move. Just the back foot presses off, the heel lifts to twist me to face the side. So I can feel those abs too. Almost there. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake it out. Next up, we're gonna hold a bottom squat. Our weights are gonna go outside the legs, inside the legs, but I want you to over exaggerate how high you have to lift those weights so we can feel the shoulders. In 3, 2, 1. So get into your squat, lift it outside and inside. So even though my knees are here, I could just go like this. I'm lifting up nice and high. I'm holding that squat at a spot that burns. You should be able to feel those legs and feel those arms. Way more than halfway through though, you're doing great. And remember, this is the only time they have to do this move for this long. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, overhead backwards lunges. So similar to how we did in the warm up, we're gonna hold the weights overhead, palms facing in, big step back into our lunge, in and switch, arms stay up the whole time. I'll give you a modification once we get into it. In 3, 2, 1, get those arms up, big step back, and in, switching sides. Now it's gonna be a struggle on those shoulders. It's gonna be a struggle on that core and those legs. If it's too much of a struggle and that form is starting to be sacrificed, I want you to come down to shoulder height. If you can press in the middle, awesome. If not, just stick with shoulder height. 10 seconds. So close, you got 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds, alternating canoe rows. I'm gonna stack my weights. You could use one, I'll show you both. One foot slightly in front of the other. I'm gonna push my weights back outside the front leg so I can feel that little crunch and twist in my oblique. 3, 2, 1, push it back, switch sides, push it back, switch sides. So I have my weights glued together, or you could keep them a little bit separate, but I'm going from one side to the next. Keep going, I'll show you from the side. Keep going, I'll show you with one. So if you find it too awkward with two, hold both sides of one. 8 seconds. Feel those obliques, feel those shoulders. 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo. Okay, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest is dead and gone. We're moving on to 25 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, same moves. Still have 30 seconds to recover. I want you to use this to truly recover as best you can so you can go hard in this next round. Small sip of water, not too big. We'll feel it on those burpees. Catch that breath, I need to do that too. And then we're into skiers in 18 seconds. Whew. I'll show you, I'll always try to start with the hardest version of the move, and then I'll move on to modifications from there. So if you're waiting for me for modifying, just know it's coming like that 3rd or 4th rep. 5 seconds. You're good with the hardest version, stick with it, ignore me, switch it. Let's go, skiers, big push. Come on, I'll go from the side. We're in a narrow squat, but we don't want those knees to touch. We want them to follow the line of the toes. If you're modifying shoulder or eye height, and you can always slow it down. So pace and range of motion are really easy ways to modify. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Quick 10 seconds rest, then burpee ground to overhead. There's lots of versions to modify for this, so I'll try to show you the whole gamut. In 3, 2, 1, dumbbells down, jump back, jump in, stand up, give me an overhead press, then right back into it. If you're making it low impact, same thing, but step it back, step it in, stand it up. If you want it low impact, but you also are worried about protecting your core, maybe you're advanced in your pregnancy or early postnatal, then you're gonna step it. Hands are gonna be on an elevated surface, so it's not as tough on your core. Rest. 10 seconds, twisting thrusters coming up next. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Squat, push off the opposite foot, both arms up for an overhead press, side to side. Now, if you want to make this harder, push that pace down, up and press, down, up and press, twisting. Slow it down to make it a little bit easier. If you need to make it easier from there, you can either leave the dumbbells on the shoulders or just press one. Then when you go the other way, press the other. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna hold that squat, dumbbells outside and inside the legs. In 5, here we go. 3, 2, 1, hold that squat. Get comfy. You know we're sticking there for a while. And we are exaggerating how high those knees are, so we have to pick up those weights, up and down, inside, outside. Stick with it if you got it, I know you do. If you are struggling, those legs are absolutely dead. What I want you to do is outside, inside, stand. Back down for outside, inside, stand. If you can stay low the whole time, that's where you are. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, overhead backwards lunges. And you know we got options for this one. Let's start with the hardest. In 3, 2, 1, get them up. Both arms, big step back. Get low. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Core is tight. Protect that low back with this overhead position. If you're struggling, shoulder height, lunge. If you can, give me that press in between switching sides. If that's still too much, just keep it at the shoulder height. Focus on those lunges. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Alternating canoes. We can use 2 weights. We can use 1 weight. We're going in 5. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Stagger stance. We're pushing back towards the front leg. Both weights if you can. Little crunch towards that side. Feeling the obliques. If that's too much or feels awkward, which sometimes it does, especially if you have bigger weights, 10 seconds, then you can drop to 1 weight. Still get that same crunch, that same little twist. 3, 2, 1, rest. The good thing about this workout, like you should be absolutely dead right now. You need a long rest. If not, we gotta work harder. We gotta go harder on those intervals because that rest during that work period is so freaking short and it's about to get shorter. So this is the time in between rounds where we recover, we breathe, we grab a sip of water. So we gotta go again in 21 seconds. Skiers, second last round, second shortest round, 20 seconds of work, that's it, but only 5 seconds of rest. Wipe that sweat. 10 seconds, get mentally and physically ready because we are doing it. Everything you've got, come on, you're strong, you're fit, you're capable. Feels good to work hard. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Big push, come on, where's that power? Where's that speed? Show those muscles off. Shoulders and triceps, glutes and quads. 10 seconds. See, we're way more than halfway through it. Let that breath get heavy right on that first move. 3, 2, 1, rest. Quick 5-second rest. Burpee ground overhead in 3, 2, 1. Jump back, jump in, press it up. Low impact, step it back, step it in and up. And you know when we're stepping, we're always alternating what side we do first. You can always elevate that upper body to make it a little bit easier on that core. 5 seconds. If you don't need to modify, don't let me catch you modifying. 3, 2, 1, rest. Twisting thrusters. 3, 2, 1, squat, twist and press, squat, twist and press. Push off that back foot, give me that big twist. How those abs doing? Get them involved. 10 seconds. You are killing it. Almost there. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Holding that squat, dumbbells outside and inside in 3, 2, 1, squat, outside, inside, outside, inside. Lift those arms. You know we want that height. If you're modifying outside, inside stand, then back down for another outside, inside stand. But if you can stay low, you got 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Overhead backwards lunges in 3, 2, 1. Get those weights up. Big step back, get low. Make sure that back knee bends just above that floor. Shoulders are down away from the ear. 10 seconds. Your modification is shoulder height with or without a press in the middle. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. 5 seconds. Alternating canoes in 3, 2, 1. Stagger that stance. We're pushing back towards the front leg. Your modification is just to take away a weight. Hold both sides of 1. 10 seconds, then big rest. Come on. Work for that big rest. Can we pick up that pace a little bit? 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo. Good news. One more round. 15 seconds on, 0 seconds rest. Quickest round yet, and you still have 35 seconds to recover. So use that time. Oh goodness. Air conditioning feels so good. Little sip of water. Skiers in 20 seconds. Then we're done with these weights once we get through this round. So we are too close to quit. Don't phone it in here. This is where we go hard. This is where we get everything that we have left so that we can put those weights away knowing that you maxed out. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Find that second wind. Find that energy. I know you still have it. You're tired. You're sore. You're breathing heavy, but there's still more in the tank, and I want to see it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, burpee ground to overhead, jump or step back, then in, right into an overhead press. Find your method. Are you going high impact, low impact? Are you elevating the upper body? Whatever you're doing, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, twisting thrusters, squat, twist and press. Come on, feel those legs, feel those shoulders, feel those obliques. In 5 seconds, we hold that bottom squat. 3, 2, 1, find that squat, outside, inside, over exaggerate that lift. Your modification is to come up after you do an outside, inside. 7 seconds, if you can stay low the whole time. You got overhead backwards lunges in 3, 2, 1, get those arms up. Big step back and in. It's quick, guys, 10 seconds. Your modification is shoulder height. If you can, give me that press in between sides. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, stagger the stance, push towards the front leg. Little crunch, little twist towards it. 10 seconds, your modification is 1 dumbbell, same move. Get up to shoulder height in the middle. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Holy Hannah, if you are not a sweaty blob, we need you on those Olympic teams, because that's no joke. You can put your weights away or just shove them out of your way, because we are done with those weights, but we are not done yet. Same thing, body weight versions. A little bit easier without the weights, but not so much easier because right now we're already tired, we're already sweaty, but we're gonna find whatever's in there and we're gonna use it. So skiers, you're either gonna do ski steps or jumps. You're gonna do little jumps from side to side. Arms go up as you jump, down as you land, exact same form as you were just doing. If you wanna go low impact, you're gonna be with me. We're gonna step it, but we're still going quick. We're still high intensity. We're just not jumping. Here we go, we ready? In 5, I'll start with the jump, then I'll move to the step. 3, 2, 1. Little ski jumps, side to side, going over those moguls. Gentle landing on those feet, low impact, same thing, but you gotta step it. Little bend in those knees, push that butt back as you push those arms down. Now this is our longest round. We know it, we were already through this whole thing once with weights. Now all we gotta do is this whole thing without weights. So in 10 seconds, this move never happens for this long again. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, burpees. So no burpee ground to overhead, just jump or step back, in, jump or step, or jump up, or just stand up. 5 seconds, I'll show you 3 versions, starting with the hardest. In 3, 2, 1, jump back, jump in, jump up. Keep going if that feels good with the jump. Low impact, step it back, step it in, stand it up. You can do an overhead arm too if you want. A little bit easier, elevate that upper body and just stand. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Reasons that we would modify. Keep going, you got 10 seconds. Joint issues, 2nd or 3rd trimester of pregnancy, in the first few months, postpartum, or if you're just getting back and rest. 15 seconds, then we're gonna do twisting squats. We're just gonna be here, okay? 10 seconds. If you are further postpartum, maybe you're a year or 2 years postpartum, but you haven't really been exercising yet, so we wanna ease back in. 3, 2, 1, squats. Or you're just really sore, really tired. So now there's no overhead press. We're just squatting, pushing off the opposite foot, twisting. We can kind of feel that glute, feel that oblique as we twist. We want to hold those abs nice and tight. We want to get low in that squat in the middle, get that power as we come up and twist. 10 seconds, come on, feel those abs. I need you to flex. Come on, like someone's taking your picture every time you twist. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Now we're gonna hold that bottom squat. I'm gonna give you an option to stand up out of that squat. If you do not need to stand up out of that squat, I want you to be real and check in with yourself, because I don't think you need to stand up out of it. 3, 2, 1, sit in that squat. Get comfy, check in on that form. Tension in the glutes, tension in the quads, strong core protecting that low back. We have that nice even line from the bottom of our butt up to the top of our head. We're not curved, we're not sitting over like this, we're not all the way down like this. We have that tension. If you need to, come up, come down, hold for 3 or 5 seconds, then come up and come back down. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest, shake out those legs, the worst is over. Alternating backwards lunges, no overhead arms, no weights, just backwards lunges. See, I told you, taking away those weights, things are gonna get a little easier. We're breathing, 3, 2, 1, back and in. I like to do opposition arms to kind of help me with that balance, but whatever works for you, hands on your hips, hands down, having a little party, whatever works. Your workout, your body, your rules. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Big step back and get low in that lunge. 10 seconds. I want you to feel the glutes and the quads. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, alternating canoes. This time, just with our arms. Big push back, big scoop, but that means we can get an even bigger crunch towards it. So we're going towards the front leg. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, stagger the stance, push your hands back towards that front leg. Give me that big crunch so you can feel those obliques. Now you can go a little bit quicker, get a little bit deeper into that crunch. Remember, this is the only time you have to do this move for this long. Things get shorter in round 2, which is coming in 10 seconds. Now just 7. Come on, obliques. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Catch your breath, sip of water. Same thing, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. And you still have 35 seconds to chill. So enjoy this rest so we can go hard on the next one. You still have 22 seconds. Back to our ski jumps or steps, whatever high impact or low impact you're opting for. Or an option 2 is start with the high impact. If you start gassing out, maxing out, instead of quitting, instead of resting early, drop it to the low impact version to finish. Here we go. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Little jumps, side to side. Arms go up as you jump, down as you land, low impact, same thing. We step it, we're tall, our legs are straight in the middle as our arms are up. As we bend, as we come down, the arms push. 10 seconds, you're almost there. How's that breath going? I wanna hear it. Push that air out. 5 seconds, don't hold on to that breath. 3, 2, 1, rest. Quick 10 seconds of rest into our burpees. Regular burpees, jumper step back in or up. In 3, 2, 1, jumper step back, in, up. You can take your arms all the way up overhead, or you can just stand. If you're doing low impact, you can always elevate the upper body to make it a little bit easier on the core. Things to look out for if you're pre or postnatal or heaviness in the pelvic floor, really anytime. You don't want to feel that heaviness in the pelvic floor. If you do, let's modify, let's take extra rest. 3, 2, 1, rest. Twisting squats. Take a deep breath and find a nice comfy squat stance. We're pushing off the back foot. 3, 2, 1, squat. Twist and rotate towards the side of the room. How's that flex going? Can you see those obliques in the mirror? Are there some abs popping? Let's get there. Down and up. Twist, big rotation, big push off that back foot. 7 seconds to go. We are feeling the legs. We are feeling the abs. 3, 2, 1, rest. Quick 10-second rest, then we're holding that bottom squat. Your alternative, your modification is to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, come up, right back down to do it again. 3, 2, 1, sink into that squat. Right away, check that form. Are you as low as you can go with good form? Do you feel it in your glutes and your quads? How's that back doing? How's that core doing? Your modification, come on up, come back down, hold for 3, 2, 1, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then come back up and do it again. But we are so close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 10 seconds, alternating backwards lunges. Arms just at your side, wherever you feel comfy. 3, 2, 1, step it back, in and switch. So we're taking a big step back and getting low, just not so big that we can't bend that knee or we can't make it back in. And we're driving through, we're putting the energy into the heel of the front foot. That'll give you a lot of the work going to the glute. 8 seconds, 5 seconds, and take that tension from the knees. 3, 2, 1, rest. Alternating canoes. Oh, let's have a deep breath for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, stagger that stance, give me a big push back. Now don't just move, go through the motion here. I want you to push, I want you to crunch, get low in that staggered stance. Find that spot where you can feel the obliques. 10 seconds, come on, big rest coming up, we gotta push that pace. Light that fire. Go, go, go. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. 45 seconds to recover. Work is shorter, rest is shorter. We are faster, okay? 2 rounds to go. You have been working for 24 minutes. You only have 5 minutes left, including rest. That's it. We are in the home stretch, okay? So stick with it. This isn't the time to say, oh, I'm almost there. I almost made it. No, no, no. We're gonna finish this workout. We're gonna finish it together. We got 15 seconds, then we're into our skiers. 12 seconds. I want you to catch your breath. Here we go. 5 seconds, jump if you can. Step for low impact. 3, 2, 1, jump or step, side to side. Come on. Now challenge yourself. Is this the best you got? Do you have some more? Do you have a little more height, a little more speed? Let me see it. We got 7 seconds. This is our second last time that we ever have to do this move. In 3, 2, 1, rest. 5 seconds, burpees coming up. In 3, 2, 1, jump or step back, in and up. Come on, let's push that pace. How many burpees can we squeeze into this tiny little interval? It's gonna be over fast, and we gotta hustle the whole way through. We only have 10 seconds to go. Now just 7 seconds, see, we're flying. 5 seconds, come on, push it for the end. 3, 2, 1, rest. 5 seconds, twisting squats. In 3, 2, 1, twist. If you get dizzy on burpees, that we just did, hot tip is not to take your eye line with you on that burpee, to find a spot on the floor that you just look at the whole way through. Even when you're standing, the up and down vision can make you extra dizzy. 3, 2, 1, rest. We're holding that bottom squat. In 3, 2, 1, hold it. Sit down, we just get to sit, we get to chill, relax. Ooh. And if you still need to modify, if you need to hold for 3 or 5 seconds, stand up, shake up the legs, or just take a breath and come back down, that's what you're gonna do. But if you can stay low, let's stay low. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. 5 seconds, alternating backwards lunges. 3, 2, 1, step it back and in, back and in. Breathe through these moves. Think about the form first, speed second. But once we have that form down, push the pace. It is so quick, so we gotta be quick too. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 5 seconds, canoes. 3, 2, 1, stagger and push. Come on, how those obliques doing? Get that crunch. Squeeze those abs, lifting up from the pelvic floor into the spine, wrapping the obliques around like they're gonna tap the belly button. Flex, flex, flex. Feel that burn. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Oh, we got 1 round left. Quickest round yet, because we're only working for 15 seconds, but we have no rest. 0 seconds, bikini special, speed round, but you still have 30 seconds to chill. Do you guys find once you stop, then the sweat starts? It's like I stop, I take a breath, and my back is just like waterfall. 20 seconds, it's a good visual for you guys going into this last round. 15 seconds, and we got our skiers. Last set, best set. If you were saving anything, I hope you weren't, but now's the time to use it. 8 seconds, deep breath, set yourself up. Come on, get psyched, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. Jump it if you can. Step it for low impact. Come on, you got this. At the end, a little over a minute to go, that's it. 5 seconds, then right into our burpees. 3, 2, 1, jumper step, back in and up. Come on, all the way to the floor if you can. 10 seconds, then our twisting squats. Come on, I wanna see you work for it. Make every single rep count. 3, 2, 1. Squat, twist and stand, squat, twist and stand. Really push out that back leg. That gives us like a little glute flex in that working leg. 5 seconds, then we hold that bottom squat. 3, 2, 1. Let's sink into it. Come on, you did 30 seconds, you did 25 seconds, you did 20 seconds. All you need to do is 15 seconds and you're already halfway through it. 7 seconds, then backwards lunges. 5, 2 more moves coming, that's it. 3, 2, 1, stand it up, give me those lunges. Yes. Woo. That twisting squat into the hold squat, into the backwards lunges, that's nasty. Woo, what was I thinking? 3, 2, 1, canoes. Come on, push it back, crunch it. 10 seconds, then you're done. We stretch, that's it. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Holy smokes, that was tough, but we did it. It's done. You should feel so good. Let's stretch. Catch your breath. We're gonna start with our head. We're just gonna do a gentle pull over to one side. Feel that nice stretch in our neck, our trap, our shoulder. 3, 2, 1, switch it over. Same thing. So I'm kind of actively pressing my opposite shoulder down, away. So I intensify that stretch, and then I'm gonna go right into my shoulder stretch. When I'm across the body, shoulder stays down away from the ear, so don't let this happen. Keep the arm pretty straight, none of this. We're gonna hang out for 5 more seconds, then we'll switch sides. 3, 2, 1, open it up, hug on the other side. Same thing, shoulder down, arm straight. Big hug. Oh, that heart rate, that's a high one. 3, 2, 1, let's do quad. So if you can balance, awesome. If you need to hold on to something, awesome, grab onto it now. We're just bringing that foot up. And I kind of want you to like play around, like pulling that leg back and seeing if you can feel it a little deeper in your hip flexor. So we got hip flexor, we got quad, and we're gonna do our hip in 3, 2, 1. So stick with the same leg, cross it over, push that knee away, hold the foot up. Now, if you need to balance, you're gonna hold on with an arm. Stay there, take a nice deep breath, really sit into it. In 5 seconds, we'll do the quad on the other side. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Quad on the other side. So if you're hanging on, hang on. If you're balancing, just find that balance, stare at a spot on the floor, whatever works. And if you kind of pull that leg back away from the supporting leg a little bit, then you get a little more of that hip flexor up a little bit higher. Lots of lunges, lots of squats today. So lots of stuff on the quads and the hips. 3, 2, 1. Let's stretch out those hips a little more. Cross that leg over. So I've got my ankle crossed just above my knee. I'm sitting down so my supporting leg is bent, and I'm pushing that knee away and pulling the foot up. If I need to balance, I'm hanging on. I do need to balance, obviously. 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Let's grab the hands, get some height, stretch out the chest, the back, the shoulders. And then let's put the feet together, hang over, see if you can bring those hands up a little bit higher. And then release them, but stay there. Stretch out those hamstrings. If you can, let's grab the back of the heels or the legs and try to pull yourself in. So now we've got like an even deeper hamstring stretch if we thought it was possible. From here, let's step back into a deep lunge, front knee bent, back leg straight, just like in our warm up, but we're just gonna stay here. So I'm trying to like push my hips towards the floor. I can feel my back hip flexor like crazy, a little bit of that back quad. And then I'm gonna switch sides. So I'm just gonna take this leg back, take the other leg forward. I'm gonna try for the same thing. So push that hip down until you feel that nice, healthy stretch in that back leg. 5 more seconds, then we're gonna go into downward dog in 3, 2, 1. Both legs back. We're gonna try to reach those heels into the floor. Now let's take one heel all the way down, one heel all the way off. Feel that stretch in your calf. And then switch it, same thing on the other side. And then both heels down, walk those feet in towards your hand, but keep them wide, like hip width or a little bit wider. And then rock over to one side. If you can't quite grab onto the foot, just grab onto like your shin or wherever you are. But I want you to push the hips to the opposite side and almost like round out that back. So So now you can feel a little bit of a stretch in the low back and in the hamstring calves at the same time. Now take the hands just down to the center, even up the hips, and then rock it over to the other side for the same thing. So I'm holding on to like my left foot and my hips are pushing to the right. So whatever foot you're holding on to, the hips are pushing to the opposite side. And I'm like trying to make my body into like a rounded shape. Back to the center. Gentle bend in the knees, slow roll up. We are done. Thank you so much for sweating with me. I will see you in the next one.